right, so I just opened up this hive, and these bees have been really active from the get-go. Even right when I brought this hive up here, these bees were just going gangbusters. And there are definitely personalities to hives. This one is going to be a very active hive, and I don't know, I've kind of found in the past that the ones that are a little more prolific like this sometimes are, I don't know, like maybe a little, I don't want to use the word aggressive, but oh, now see, that one has pollen in its pollen baskets on its legs. Do you see the yellow? The yellow on its back legs? That's pollen. But so these bees are probably going to have a little bit more aggressive personality, if you will, or a little more defensive. But here's a super cool thing. Okay, so this is, okay, well, I'll share that later if I see it again. That was called trophallaxis. They were sharing food from one bee to another. Okay, now here's the thing. These have a lot of eggs in them. Do you see those tiny little, in each of the cells, there's a tiny little, what looks like a grain of rice? Those are eggs. So this is an amazingly good hive. We have a good, we clearly have a good queen. Oh, here's some trophallaxis. Oh, it's hard to see it on your phone and then find it. Oh, right here. Do you see those two bees sharing food with their proboscis? It's their mouth back and forth. That's called trophallaxis. And they're sharing food with one another. And one of them takes the food and puts it in the other one's mouth, the nectar, and then that one takes it and goes and takes it somewhere else in the hive where they can use it. Super cool. Okay, I also saw, I do not have my videographer with me, so this is a little bit tough. Using this camera with one hand, I'm not able to increase the I can't make it look closer on the screen. I did see a male bee here that I wanted to show you the difference, but it may have crawled away. They're bigger and they have really big eyes. I don't see it anymore now. Man, this is a nice hive. Wow. These bees are, yeah, they're not aggressive. They're just, they just get really busy and they're, I don't know, like maybe a little more protective. Oh, more trophallaxis. I love trophallaxis. I think it's just like the coolest thing. How they talk to one another like that. Oh, there's a male bee. Okay. Right. Okay, so do you see that one right in the middle of the screen? And he has these really big eyes. He's kind of lumbering along. He's just kind of sitting there. That's a male bee. Doom-de-doom-de-doom. He's just kind of sitting there. His proboscis, which is the part of, it's the tongue that they kind of drink the nectar with, is too short. He can't feed himself, so he depends on the females to feed him. And he also does none of the work in the hive. They're really there for, a lot of what they do is they offer genetic diversity to the queens so that when they mate with multiple queens, they get a good mix of genes. But you can see the workers basically ignoring him but he does depend on them to feed him, and he is part of the hive. Usually about a third of the hive, I think, is drones. That's a male bee. Do you see how his eyes are so much bigger than the female's eyes? Hello, sir. Later in this season, when the laying gets going, I'll show you the difference between male brood comb and female brood comb. The male brood comb is a little bit bigger because the bees are bigger. But yeah, do you see all those eggs in there? Oh, that's just wonderful. What a good laying pattern. One egg in each cell. Good job, Mama. All right, so now we're gonna dig into this hive. Well, actually, no, technically we probably don't even need to, because we've seen that it has, we've seen that she has, she's laid eggs. We know we have a nice queen in there. I need to put my phone down though.